Welcome to the University of Delaware. In this short video, representatives from various campus units discuss the range of resources available to support you and your students in the teaching and learning process.
Hi, I'm Liz Murray. I'm the Assistant Director of the Office of Academic Enrichment. We're located at the corner of Amstel and South College, and we're open from 8 to 5, and we want to see your students. So here's the way we're going to help them. What we will be doing is helping students with tutoring. This is peer tutoring, so fellow students who have taken the classes before, which comes in very handy. We have free group tutoring for a number of the larger classes, and we have a large book called Tutor Find of individual tutors who are available at any time. So please send your students in if they're struggling in your class. This would be a great way for them to get moving forward. In addition, we have a workshop series on study strategies, time management, preparing for finals, all the things I'm thinking about at this moment, but also note-taking strategies for reading college textbooks. We have those in the fall and spring semesters. We also have an online series of workshops now. We also have a series of classes, 1-credit pass-fail classes, in study strategies and other areas that students generally need, undergraduates need. One more thing we offer that I hope as many students as needed will learn about it is the academic intake appointments. These are appointments where a student who is having issues and doesn't quite know what the issues are, they know they're not doing as well as they think they should be doing. We'll meet with them and basically take their temperature, get a sense of what they need in order to be successful in their college career. Please do recommend that for your students. We really do enjoy working with students at any level. We call ourselves a success office. Some students who are not successful will figure out what's going wrong. Those who are successful will find ways to become more successful, and we hope that they'll come. As a new TA, you're going to get to know your students in ways that the professor can't, and in ways that we might be able to help. So if you're finding a student who just doesn't seem to get it, or a student who is frustrated because they're not doing as well as they think they should be, send them over to us. We can help them get hooked up with a tutor. We can help them talk with one of our professionals who will sit down and talk with them about the ways they're trying to make things happen, and see if we can't make them happen better. Give them strategies they may not have had to have prior to this class that you're helping them with. That's one big one. Another one is the students who are just hanging back. They're just kind of afraid. You may be frightening to them because you're older and wiser. It may be the course itself that makes them uncomfortable. If you point them in our direction, or point them toward our online workshops, for example, you might be giving them that foot in the door they need to realize that, yeah, there are people here who are available and whose job it is to make people like me feel better about what I'm doing. And then always, and I always want to end with this, when you are working with students, try not to talk about, oh my gosh, you poor thing, you are suffering, what a bad thing. Talk more about, you know, you've got some good things going here, but it could be even better, and I know the folks that can help you out with that. That's what we'd really like to be able to do for students who are moderately successful, not successful at all, or just burning the place down, really happy with it. We want to meet with them all. So please send them our way. Thanks.
So my name is Tom Webb. I am the Director of Disability Support Services here at the University of Delaware. We serve approximately 700 students with a variety of learning differences and disabilities. We also serve faculty and staff if they have any accommodation needs because of their disability. And we also oversee the architectural web side in terms of technology accessibility here at the university too. In terms of our location, we are currently located in Perkins 161, and as of the summer of 2013, we will relocate to Allison Hall. In terms of how TAs would utilize this office and when, We are actually open from 8 in the morning till 7 at night with our testing center. I would say a majority of the interactions you'll have are with our testing center staff. Almost all, actually all of our students that have accommodations in terms of testing, there will be a notification sent out to the professor through UDSIS. So if you're not listed as one of those teachers through UDSIS, you'll need to make sure that you collaborate with the professor to make sure you know who in the class receives accommodations. There's going to be a lot of times where you're either delivering the exam here, emailing the exam here, or faxing the exam here, as well as sometimes picking up the exam here in Perkins 161 for those students requiring extra time or a reduced distraction environment. Our primary recommendation we would have for TAs, I would say, is that use us as a resource. Don't assume knowledge in terms of expertise when it comes to disability, or giving an accommodation that is not appropriate if you don't have it documented through the letter that goes out through UDSIS. So make sure you're checking in with us. If a student comes in, says they require extra time, you have no support of that, then you can certainly either refer the student back to our office to make sure that they can provide that, or you can give us a call so we can verify that they are to receive the accommodation.
I'm Holly Harvey. I'm the Assistant Director in the Office of Student Conduct. We are located in 218 Hulley Hall, and the main functions of this office are to protect the university community from disruptions and harm. We also promote a campus environment that supports the educational mission of the university. We also adjudicate violations of the Code of Conduct, and we hold students accountable for their behavior and choices. TAs mostly utilize the Office of Student Conduct as a resource in instances of classroom disruption and cases of suspected academic dishonesty. TAs can contact us for guidance and strategies in managing classroom disruptions, and then they can also contact us so that we can adjudicate suspected cases of academic dishonesty. We are also available to go into classrooms to provide instruction on behavioral expectations, the Code of Conduct, and academic success. The best advice we can give is for TAs to be very clear about behavioral expectations from day one. We would recommend that those expectations clearly be articulated in the course syllabus, as that is the contract between you and your students. We also recommend that, if possible, to link the Student Guide to University Policies from the course syllabus. Secondly, we would recommend that, since plagiarism tends to occur here at the university more often than not, we would recommend that you review proper writing practices as a preventative measure for that in your classroom. And finally, we would just recommend that you be consistent with all your students, set expectations, and address matters quickly as they arise in the classroom.
I'm Becky Fogarty. I'm the Director of the Office of Equity and Inclusion. The Office of Equity and Inclusion advocates for an equitable and inclusive working and learning environment. We oversee the university's diversity and equity initiatives. So our function areas include affirmative action, campus diversity, LGBT community issues, and women's affairs. Our office is useful for TAs because we are a confidential support service for allegations of racial discrimination, other kinds of discrimination, and sexual harassment. So as a TA, you may find yourself involved in allegations of harassment or have a student who is coming to you with issues of harassment or discrimination, and we can help sort those problems out and provide resources. I think a good tip is to remember that you're not alone. There are resources on campus, there are professionals on campus that can help you, and that we're all here to provide the same mission for everyone, education. That's why we're here.